In this video, I'm gonna teach you 7 things that'll teach you exactly how to build wealth in your teens. So let's go. Number 1, the first thing that you have to do is educate yourself and pick 1 to 2 mentors to follow. There's a reason I only say pick 1 or 2 people. When I graduated college, I was 19, 20 years old, and I went to go work for Grant Cardone. It just so happened that he was a teacher, he was an educator, and he was a businessman, and I got to dive into his concepts very, very closely. And the power of this was I didn't get to pay attention to any other mentor but Grant, so I was really able to learn and understand the concepts that he was teaching. Now, for example, if I would have been paying attention to Grant Cardone and Robert Kiyosaki or Dave Ramsey, while those guys may be successful, they teach wildly different things than Grant Cardone does. So if I would have been following them at the same time, I would have been drastically confused and I really would have never learned anything. The power of listening to 1 or 2 people is that you can actually dive deep into the concepts that they're teaching you and actually absorb that information, learn and grow and move forward. Number 2 is you gotta go get a job and start working for someone. Now, you may need to get a few jobs and figure out what you like and what you don't like. Your first job might be in sales, and after you do it for 6 months, you might realize, shit, I hate talking to people. Or on the flip side, your first job might be in accounting and you're sitting in front of your desk all day looking at spreadsheets, and in a few months you realize, shit, I don't like sitting in front of my desk looking at spreadsheets all day. That's what happened to me. In my first job, I really hated being confined to my little desk in my little corner with a very strict schedule that I couldn't leave. It's just something that I couldn't see myself doing for the long term. And I worked there for 2 years, but I was like, hey, this is not what I wanted to do. And I tried something different. That's what you have the ability to do, is go try different jobs and go try different things to see what you like and what you don't like. I've been able to make more money and be happier at the same time. So it's a win-win situation because I was willing to try stuff. You just need to find out what you like and what you don't like doing. It's okay to switch jobs every 6 months or every year, from going from sales to marketing to customer service. See what you like, see what you're passionate about, see what you're good at and what you can see yourself doing in the long term and what you can see yourself making a lot of money doing. Transitioning number 3, while you're working for someone, you gotta get experience and learn business. When you're at your job, you should be paying attention and taking notes to how that business actually operates. Show up every day looking to learn something new about business and a skill that you can acquire to take on into the future. You should be taking notes on how the business actually runs. That's what I did at my last job. I had a playbook of everything I saw that can help me in the future. Anything from how to hire people, how to fire people, how to generate leads, how the company does promotion, how it does its marketing, how to do sales, learn communication skills, learn how to overcome objections, learn how to do accounting. I mean, the list goes on and on. There's endless things you can learn from working inside someone's business. The point is, you're not just showing up for a paycheck. You're showing up to learn information and skills on how you can improve your life and your potential business in the future. That is the whole idea. You literally get paid to learn all of these new skills and knowledge that's gonna help you make more money and create wealth in the future. So take advantage of it. Number 4 is you gotta start something on the side. Everyone needs to have their own exit plan to exit the 9-to-5 everyday job in order to build true wealth. You can't really build true extreme generational wealth through a day job, unfortunately. If you want to work at your job for a really long time and you see yourself growing with the company 5, 10, 15 years down the line, and you see yourself being in an executive position like a CFO or a COO or a CEO, then by all means grow with the company if that's something you enjoy and love doing. You can definitely create true wealth doing that if you invest your money correctly over time. But if you're like me and you want to work for yourself full time one day, you need to start a side hustle now, which can then grow into something later. And there's literally hundreds of successful side hustles out there. You could do drop shipping, Amazon FBA, real estate wholesaling, couch flipping things on eBay. The list goes on and on because there's so many successful side hustles out there that can turn into full-time businesses. Like me, I started this company called Beyond Braid. It's a braided fishing line company. I started it while I was working at my job, and now this year it's going to do $5 million in revenue to something that I started on the side while I was working at my job. So if I can do it, you can definitely do it. At the end of the day, what comes from this side hustle is you have the potential to replace your ordinary income at your job and then grow it into something bigger that you can eventually leave your job, have more freedom, make more money, and go out and make millions and millions of dollars. So you should have some sort of exit plan in your mind to set yourself free in the future. The next one is you just gotta take risks. You are young, you're allowed to take more risk than normal. For example, I am 25 years old. I have $500,000. If I were to lose all of that money today, there is a possibility next year I can make another $500,000 given everything I know now. Now, if you're 65 years old and you have $1 million and you lose the money the next day, you have a lot less time to make that money back. So since you are young, you have the ability to take more risks, start new companies, invest in things you normally wouldn't invest in. Shit, invest a little bit in Bitcoin, start this new business that you always wanted to start. And when I say take a little bit more risk, it doesn't mean putting your money in sketchy places. It means, hey, start that new side hustle you wanted to do and it costs $500. Like, you're gonna go out and party, you're gonna get a new iPhone, you're gonna drink alcohol. That's $500 right there. That shit ain't gonna do anything for you. But if you invest $500 in a side hustle and that thing blows up, that can literally change your life. I started my business with a few $100s and now it turned into millions of dollars of sales. And I took that little risk of investing those few $100s in the beginning. At the end of the day, the more risks you take when you're young, the better chance of something big hitting. Number 6 is financial habits. You need to learn to control your cash flow. Don't go out and start spending crazy money on stupid stuff like this car or like this watch. You don't need this stuff in the beginning. If you're gonna be a teenager and you're gonna party cheap. When I was in college, I used to fill up my flask and go out to the bars, and instead of spending $100 a night, I would spend $10 a night. The goal is to save the bag as soon as possible. If you ask any of my friends in college or even now, they'll literally tell you that I was one of the cheapest motherfuckers you've ever seen. I will literally try and save $3 going out to eat at a restaurant and get a smaller portion, but I'll spend $2,000 on a brand new camera because there's a difference. The camera could actually help me make more money. If I spend extra money on dinner, that's really not gonna do anything for me in my future. Save as much as you can now so you have money to invest in new ideas and take more risks. Focus on your monthly cash flow number. More money in, less money out. More money in, less money out, over and over, and over time that'll stack up over and over. And number 7, the goal is to increase your income, save enough money, and then finally invest into a cash flowing asset like real estate. It's a simple wealth formula. You have ordinary income where you're gonna make a lot of money. You then take that money and invest it in real assets like real estate that's gonna pay you passive income to replace that ordinary income. And you do that enough, you shove enough money into passive income real estate where eventually you're gonna look up one day and you're making $50, $100, $200, $500,000 a month in passive income from cash flow. And at that point, you can do whatever the heck you want. That's how you build true wealth. And if you've been looking to start a side hustle for a really long time, go watch this video where I teach you exactly how to start an amazing e-commerce brand just like I did. Like and subscribe. Peace.